Vegeta here. I just decided to stop by Input's Reviews channel in order to tell you that this video is intended for anyone over the age of 18. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Click that box, stop watching the video now, or you will have to face my wrath!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Input, and in this review I am super excited to bring you guys TFC SG Perseus. Now what does the SG stand for? Shattered Glass. And why does this thing look like TFC's Hercules, but it's called Perseus? Well, it's because it's their Shattered Glass version of their TFC Hercules, which is also called Devastator. Right? So this is TFC's Perseus. Now, I will be going into the reviews of, or I will be doing reviews, of each individual figure, but this initial review will be on Perseus himself and the box and what we get all inside of everything. So, go ahead and play my music. Okay guys, now as you can see right here, the box is pretty awesome. You have some pictures of the 6 team members. You have the picture right here of Perseus as it is right there. And then you have the top of the box. And then you've got the bottom of the box. Sorry guys, the box is pretty big. And right here on this side, you've got some TFC information. You've got some side art right there of each individual Constructicon. So yeah, the box is really pretty big. I'd say it's a little bit bigger than the Combiner Wars or Unite Warriors boxes. Slightly bigger than that. It's slightly wider, slightly taller, and slightly thicker. So just to give you an idea of how big the box is. Now inside the box, you get some pretty cool stuff. First of all, you get your certificate of authenticity, and mine is number 1891 out of 2012, and these came out in 2012, so I guess that's why they did 2012 of them. So there's that. There's the back of the card right there. My favorite thing probably is this poster that it comes with. This is just gnarly as hell. It's pretty cool. This is an awkward size, however. Unfortunately, you won't be able to go to a local hobby store or anything like that and pick up a standard 8x11 frame or anything like that. It is a very awkward size. I think when I measured it, if I remember correctly, it's like a 12 and a half or something, like 12 and a half by like 15 and a quarter or something like that. It's a really odd size. But, so if you guys get this and you wanted to frame this, you would definitely need some kind of custom framing done. Or if you don't care about the sides and all that other stuff, then you can just throw it in whatever frame that you want. But this is really cool. And I love the top part right here. It says more than meets the optics. It's such a nice play on more than meets the eye. So, there's the poster. And then you have the instructions. Now, these instruction sheets are the same size as the poster, and it's for each individual figure. And the other thing, as you can see, that this set comes with is the Rage of Perseus upgrade set. Now, for those of you who have TFC Hercules, will know that the Rage of Hercules upgrade set, or upgrade kit, came separately. And it was a bit of an issue for a lot of people because there were some people who felt like they were getting robbed or taken advantage of or whatever, like almost as if TFC was double dipping. But there are a lot of people also who were not happy that their TFC Devastator didn't look more G1. So what does the upgrade kit do? Well, the upgrade kit looks exactly like this. It takes the treads and puts them on the shoulders. Much like this. Now, this guy, now I will show the regular form of this guy where the treads are down here and all that stuff. But these pieces right here are separate pieces. And the shoulder pieces are separate pieces. They have shoulder extensions in here, and those are separate. And you got to sandwich all this stuff together, and then put the arms on. And so yeah, this is what people wanted this figure to look like initially, with the treads up on the shoulders instead of down here. The treads actually fold in half to make the arm right here. But I find in this configuration, you have a lot more room for pegging on weapons. So yeah, the first configuration not so much, but the Rage of Perseus configuration, you get a lot more stuff. Now the upgrade kit does also come with a few add-on pieces, obviously, besides all of this stuff. And I know I'm going a little bit backwards here, but I'm really excited to show you guys everything that this combined mode is. So you get a new head with a snarling face. And the face, honestly, I don't know. The snarling face, I could take it or leave it. I do think it's very anime-esque, and I do like the face, but I don't know. As a heroic face, it's not for me as a heroic face, but the face is removable, and you can put in the other face, which is blank. It's a blank mouthpiece. Now I'm thinking originally that this was probably supposed to be just a plate, like a mouth plate, and not necessarily a like just something that you would draw on. So I'm not too sure what's up with this and it not having a mouth or anything like that. So, now the other thing that this kit comes with is something I hadn't talked about yet. It comes with an upgraded visor. Now, we all know Devastator has two looks. He has a visor look, and he has the non-visor look, like as you can see here. Let me take that crane arm off. The crane arm does make him heavy on whatever side you equip him onto. So, the initial one, a lot of people originally were having breakage issues with this visor, and the visor doesn't, the original visor won't clip on that well. Sorry, that was the upgraded visor, which slightly different. So as you can see, this is the original visor right here, and I just turned the head, and just to show you how loose of a fit it is, it falls off. It flings off really easily. And it's slightly thinner than the upgraded one, and that was what a lot of people were complaining about, that they would put this on and it would snap it off, and there you go. It doesn't clip on very well at all, although it should in theory, because there are some peg holes. I doubt anybody's going to be able to see that, but there are some peg holes right there, probably about 1 millimeter, and there are pegs on the side of his head, as you can see right there. Now this is the new one, and the new one clips on extremely tightly, and it stays in place extremely well. And the new one is about 1 millimeter thicker than the other one, so the original one. And I don't know, it is thicker. It is something, I guess, that was needed, but I don't know if this could have been fixed with some simple heat, maybe some boiling some water and applying it like that or something. But now normally what I do like to do is I do like to display this guy without the visor, because Devastator for me is always has a visor. Shattered Glass, however, usually takes some different ideas from Transformers lore for each character and implements them slightly differently. So the Shattered Glass Devastator for me does not have the visor. Now the head here is on a ball joint. You do pop it off. It's a 5 millimeter ball joint, and you just pop it off and you put the new head on. This head is on here extremely well, and I cannot get it off. Now the differences between these heads is that the side of this head here has light piping. As you can see right here, it's got light piping there. And it's got light piping here, and then light piping on the eyes, where this head does not have the light piping on the side. It just has the light piping on the eyes and the top of the crest of the head. So I'm just trying to get it situated. So yeah, so that was the two differences between the two heads. Now this head, I have seen videos where this head, this faceplate is swappable, but I have had issues on getting this one off, and yeah, it's just not coming off for me. So I decided to say screw it and just leave it on there. So yeah, so that's him in his Rage of Perseus mode. That's the upgrade kit. Now I'm going to grab a Combiner Wars combiner right here. I'm going to grab Superion. And Superion has the upgrade kit, the Perfect Effects upgrade kit attached to him as well. And as you can see, there is a big size difference here. Not just in terms of height. In height, they're roughly the same. But in terms of overall girth here, this guy is a lot beefier than Superion here. Now for you scale junkies out there, this is not in scale, because Superion should be bigger than Devastator. Superion should be about the size of Predaking. So if you're okay with this look, that's fine. I'm okay with the look because the scale doesn't bother me. I know I keep saying that, but it is true. But I'm okay with this. And this together looks so cool to me. Like, this is just really, really awesome. So yeah, guys, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set him over to the side. I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to tear off this Rage of Perseus upgrade kit, and I'm going to strip him down and redo the arms into the non-upgraded kit configuration. But what I will do first and foremost is show you guys how this kit operates. So this kit, you get the gun with the kit. The initial figures, I guess, all come with their own weaponry, which combine into Perseus's guns, so to speak. Okay? And like I was saying earlier on in the video, is that you get more storage space with the upgrade kit attached than without the upgrade kit attached. So that is one huge bonus of having the upgrade kit attached. And I do like how it looks, and honestly, I do like how it looks in both modes. But what I'm going to show you right here, so if you guys ever get this kit or get this figure, or if you get TFC's Hercules or anything like that, the upgrade kit, and you get the upgrade kit, here's how the upgrade kit clips on. So you're going to put these guys in vehicle mode for the arms. And then you've got this piece that clips over. It clips onto the back, and then it just clips in place, like so, like that. So then, over here on the side, it pegs on to two different pieces, like so, and then there you go. You have the entire bottom half of the arm right there. So, as you can see, this piece right here for his vehicle mode, Bone Crusher's vehicle mode, is what this clips onto. And I think this piece giving it the structural integrity to stay on is such a great idea. TFC didn't try to sell you junk or anything like that by just, by thinking, you know, people just will keep it on the shelf and then not get touched, so that's fine. No, they made sure that this would never want to come off unless you wanted it to come off. So I'll be right back, guys, and I'm going to show you guys what he looks like without the upgrade kit. Okay, guys, now as you can see, I only did one side of the upgrade kit. I took off this side and left this side. I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to be able to compare the two sides with each other and show you guys exactly what I meant by storage space. So if you guys remember from 2 seconds ago that I had this guy plugged in underneath here on the upgrade kit, and there's no way to do that here on this, unfortunately. So here's the arm for the upgrade kit piece. This has a peg that folds down, which is about a 7mm peg or so, and then that plugs in. You can plug that in on the bottom like that, and then he can pew pew pew, and then his hand right there plugs into one of either of these holes, and then he can hold his gun like that, and then pew 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 if you wanted to. And then this side right here, he can hold the crane of death and destruction, which I haven't talked about the crane. I'll talk about the crane here in a second. But he can hold that thing as well on the side, and then hold his gun his blue gun of death and destruction, and he can do some massive, massive pew-pews all day long. So, like I said, now my preferred option for displaying the guy is, truthfully, is without the upgrade kit. Now, I know that might be controversial for some who own this figure and own the upgrade kit, but I like the way he looks without it. I think that all of the shoulder stuff up here is just a little too busy for my taste. It bulks him out in the shoulder, yeah, but it just gives him this super slimming effect, this almost like a super V shape. And I'm not going to say I don't like it. I do like it, but I just like it without it better. I like it more without it. So yeah, now if you do have the Devastator version of him, the Hercules version, and the Rage of Hercules kit, this is not a bash on the kit at all whatsoever. I just prefer him with the treads down here. I think this, like I said, the Shattered Glass universe always lends itself to different ideas extremely well. So while the treads are up here in our universe, I guess you could call it, I feel like the treads being down here makes more sense because it is Shattered Glass. It would be slightly different. So yeah. So that's my take on the upgrade kit. Now, if you guys didn't know that there was an upgrade kit for TFC Hercules, and you have TFC Hercules, boom. Now you know. You guys can go out there and find that kit. So, well, I guess we'll do final thoughts real quick on the combined mode of the guy. Oh, crane arm, real quick. Look at that. That is insane. Now, the only thing that I will show this at a later date, I do have plans to get some string and put some thread and some string all the way through here because there are rotating bits in here, and make this hook, put the hook right here and make it to where you can bring it down and up and stuff. I think that'd be super, super cool. So yeah, I do have plans to do that. I will show that mod off in a later date. Now, let's talk about the coloring. I won't do final thoughts yet. I'll do the coloring. This guy is not the same color of white on the box. The white is a pure white. That is a snow white, if you will, on the box. This guy in person is more of a bone white than a snow white. So think Breakdown, not Superion. Okay, so yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. Now, honestly, if that's a deal breaker for you, that's unfortunate because this guy is awesome. So I'll be right back, guys, with final thoughts. Okay, guys, before I get to final thoughts, there's some things that I forgot to mention for the overall review of the combined mode. Now, there are some things that if you strip them down to this particular mode without the upgrade kit that I have here, you can, well, let me just go over it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So this is him without the upgrade kit. I was going to do final thoughts without him wearing the upgrade kit to show you guys the difference. So there's the difference right there in its full glory. But also in the box, you get the cards, the collector cards for all 6 team members. Okay, and then there's the back of them. You get their stats and stuff like that. Now, I'll show these individually when I go over the individual bots, but as you can see, like right there, as I said earlier, there are 6 cards. And the cards are made out of a sturdier cardboard. They're not laminated or anything like that. The print job on them, it's okay. It's not the greatest print quality It is somewhat blurry, but it's a lot better than what I have seen. Also, in the upgrade kit, you get these two tiny, super tiny screw hole covers. I'm not sure exactly what these are for at all. I'm not sure what these are supposed to cover up, where they're supposed to go, or anything like that. When I opened up the upgrade kit, a lot of this stuff came in an extra bag, so the visor and the extra head and stuff came in an extra bag, and these were in the bag. And I couldn't figure out exactly where these go, because I was thinking right here originally, but that's a port, so you can put like a gun or something, like one of these guns or whatever. You can plug it in right there to kind of beef them up if you wanted to do something like that. So I don't think that it's for anything on this mode, and honestly the upgrade kit part itself is all black and stuff, like, so the shoulder extensions are black, so I don't think it's really made for that either. So I'm not really sure where these little hole covers are supposed to go, but I do know where they will go, and that's back in the box. So yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, I don't know where those go. I just don't know. Now, one other thing I wanted to show with the gun. So here's the Devastator gun that comes with the upgrade kit, the Hercules gun, if you will, right? So there's a port up top, there's a port on bottom, and if you look, there are these black handle pieces right down here for both the red and the blue versions of each gun. Now, each one of these handles can pop off, like so, and you can plug it in on top of the gun, of the bigger gun here, and he can actually hold it this way, where the magazine would be facing upwards, so it'd be a gravity-fed magazine, or he can hold it this way, like you traditionally would without this, and you can plug other guns, other weaponry and stuff from the other bots on top of it, kind of like that, and to give them like added missile launchers and added little effects pieces and stuff like that as well. Now there is this piece back here in the back. I don't know, that's a peg for something, and to be honest, I have no idea what the peg is for. So yeah, that's something else, like I said, you can do, and the gun is two separate pieces as well. So if you have a bot in bot mode, if you're displaying this in bot mode, they could have a giant rocket launcher or shoulder cannon or something if you wanted to go that route as well. So yeah, so like I said, you can have traditional magazine, gravity-fed magazine, and this just plugs in up top like so. Now, the other thing for the guns that I was going to mention as well before I went on over to final thoughts is that you can basically make whatever type of gun out of this stuff that you want. You can mix and match. You can basically do whatever you want. You can have red and blue, blue and red, all red. Now, there is one piece that's red right here on the back of this gun that does not come in blue at all, which I think is really odd. I don't know why, but yeah, so just be mindful, you guys get it. This red piece right here, this is the only way that you'll get this bomb football looking thing right here is in red. You won't get it in blue. So now I'll move everything over to the side, and I've got this crane right here, okay? And what's the cool thing about the crane is you can detach it from hook right up top. So you can have your traditional Devastator look, okay, which would just plug in, sorry, I gotta rotate this real quick, which would plug in on the side, right back here. Get that out of the way. Which plugs in right here on the side, And you have your traditional Devi look with the giant crane arm and all that good stuff. And then, you know, you just Scavenger's bucket, just kind of rest however you want it to rest. So you have that traditional Devastator look, and it does poke out really far. Now, that's fine, I guess, but you do lose articulation somewhat in the arm there. It doesn't go up quite as high as Bone Crusher there, so that is a bit of a bummer. But what's also cool is you can also have this thing, which I think is really, really cool. You can rotate it like that, and you can clip it forward and display him that way. Now, I think it does, obviously, as you can see, make him extremely front heavy. He just wants to lean forward, as you can see. But I think that looks really cool, and you guys can kind of get it adjusted to the point to where he can stay stable, as you can see right there. But what I like to do, again, Shattered Glass Devi, like I said earlier in the review, in the video, that I don't like him with that on his shoulder. I kind of like him looking somewhat different than your traditional Devastator look. So, now, there we go. Now, this guy, I won't say he's wobbly, because he's wobbly in the hips, and that's mainly because of long haul. The ratchets in the hips are long haul's legs as well, and the ratchets do have a lot of gap in between the teeth. So you can get him balanced. He does sit extremely well. He does stand extremely well. So yeah, like I said, I realized I hadn't touched on the guns or anything like that, or the overall articulation or anything on this guy. So, like I said, so there's his head movement, up, down, all that rotation. You do get some waist articulation right there, some waist swivel. Arms do go 360, okay? You do have double bend right here at the elbow joints, right there. Or a single bend, sorry, and it is ratcheted. You do have some wrist up and down, some wrist rotation. You do have a knee bend, single knee bend on both sides. And the leg, it can come out, so he can kick. He can forward kick. And he can side kick, but that is right about like that far. So, and he does have a permanent A stance. So, there you go. So that's all of his articulation in a nutshell. And I didn't display the back of him at all. I didn't show you guys how he looks in the back. So there's the back. And Long Haul's fist, I really think should have been the same color as all of this right here. The same bone white. But in robot mode, they sacrificed that for his robot mode. Which again, I'll talk about when I talk about the individual bots as well. So now I will be back with final thoughts. Okay, guys, final thoughts on this guy. This guy is wicked. Absolutely 100% awesome. Now, one thing during this entire review I did not tell you guys was the price. Now, I know some of you guys are probably watching this video looking at this going, man, I bet you Input paid a pretty penny for that guy. That guy's wicked. He looks cool and, you know, all this other stuff. Whatever you're thinking, right? Like, I got this guy from TF Safari, and he was $170 shipped. That's what I got for. That's how much he cost. $170 shipped. And he came with the Rage of Hercules, Rage of Perseus upgrade kit as well. Now that upgrade kit, I haven't even talked about the price of that upgrade kit. The TFC, or the Hercules version of that upgrade kit, I have seen it go from $50 to $100 by itself. So, if you guys have TFC Hercules, I feel like it'd be a better investment to grab this guy to get the upgrade kit. That way, you get basically two figures, for the same price kind of situation. And the upgrade kit matches the Devastator, or the Hercules, fairly well. Now, it doesn't match the head. The head will light up blue. The visor, will be blue. All the lights and stuff will be blue instead of red. So if you're wanting it for the head, okay, I can kind of see where you guys wouldn't want it. But if you wanted it just for the shoulders and all that other stuff, it might be worth it for you guys just to pick this guy up from TF Safari. And I say TF Safari, I have seen this guy, when I got this guy ordered, the cheapest one I found on eBay was about $400. Since then, I have seen this guy go for around the same price as on TF Safari. So if you guys find one in the US from a US seller, and you guys can grab him from a US seller and get it new and get it shipped to you faster than having to wait a month or so because it's coming in from China and all that stuff, then go that route by all means. But if you guys don't mind the wait, and you guys can't find it any cheaper than the 170, then TF Safari will definitely be your way to go. Now, I did have to wait a month in order to get this guy, okay? So there is that. If you guys don't want to wait that long, then it's totally up to you. So I do like the coloring of him. I do like that bone white. Would I have preferred the solid snow white color back that's on the box? I really don't know. I think that the bone white looks really good for this guy, and the fact that it's a Shattered Glass homage really, really speaks to me in the sense that Shattered Glass for the Decepticons is supposed to be this bleak, post-apocalyptic type of future where they're fighting for their freedom and all that stuff. So this guy being bone white goes in with that motif of that story. And so I think it works for me extremely well in that regard. Now, I know bone white, there's a lot of different schools of thought on the color of bone white and everything. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it, but I do like the color of him 100%. Now, like I said, he does, when he folds over like this, he still holds his weight really well. It is a problem I wouldn't even call it a problem. The teeth are too wide in the hip area for him to stand completely up. Like, I feel like there should be a ratchet, is what I'm saying. Between here and here, there should be a ratchet. But as you can see, he holds up perfectly fine with no issues at all whatsoever. So, yeah, at the price point, guys, I couldn't do anything but recommend this guy. If you guys have the money lying around, or if you guys are trying to sell something, or you guys, whatever you guys are trying to do, just do it in order to get this guy. This is a hard recommend for me, and seeing that if you guys look at everything that's online for TFC Hercules, TFC Hercules is still an expensive figure to get. If you guys just want to experience the mold and experience what TFC has to offer in terms of a Devastator, this is probably the best way to do that. Because like I said, 170 versus $400 to $500, it's an amazing deal. It's almost highway robbery in a sense, right? So hard recommend for me, guys. And like I said, this is not the end of this TFC Hercules review at all whatsoever. I do have the reviews for the individual bots coming up. I wanted to do this review. I wanted to do the review for this guy built together first, just to show you guys everything. Because I feel like most of the time, if you guys get this, he's going to be displayed like this. He's going to be in your cabinet, on your shelf, or anything like that as Devastator or Perseus or whatever. He's not going to be the 6 individual bots. So that's why I wanted to do this first. So yeah, and then I will do the construction video of this guy in the last figure review that I do. I'll show him being put together and how to do that. So yeah, super hard recommend for me on this guy. And as always, guys, stay safe out there. Be kind to each other. I love all you guys. And I'll see you next round. So until next time, cut it out. Later, guys.